many speakers do we have for public comment?
We have 6 speakers for public comment.
All right, 2 minutes each.
Okay, I will call the names of people that have signed up for public comment. If you will please come up to the front chairs right here where we have reserved for you, so that we can make sure that everybody, we know who's here and we can go through everybody in a timely manner. Catherine Breesum, Serena Polanski, Jamila Smith, Scotty Smith, Mia Woodhouse, and Carol Robinson. I'll call your names one more time. Catherine Brisson, Serena Polanski, Jamila Smith, Scotty Smith, Mia Woodhouse, and Carol Robinson. We'll start with Catherine Brisson.
Good evening. My name is Catherine Bresson, and I have a student at Lupine Hills Elementary. And last month, as we were lauding Hannah Ranch for their success as the California Distinguished Schools, my first thought was not, oh, why didn't I move 3 blocks away? My first thought was, Lupine Hills could do that. And I would like you guys to take into account that my idea of success is not as a birthday cake where there's just so much for everybody to share, but more as the birthday candle, where we've got 1 candle lit, and if we light more candles, we can get the whole room glowing. And I would like you guys to come out and look at Lupine Hills. It's got so much potential, but it's not being fulfilled. We don't have our fire yet. We have grounds that are unkempt, so much so that students are going home because of their allergies. We have shades that need paint. They need more than paint. They need scraping and sanding and painting. But we have the heart. We've got the teachers and we've got the volunteers. And I would really encourage you to come out and see what needs to be done and what you can do as our board to help us light that fire and become another school that you can be proud of. Thank you.
Serena Polanski. Okay, Jamila Smith.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry.
Call the name one more time, and then if they don't respond, then we're passing it. What's the name?
Serena Polanski.
Is Serena Polanski here? All right. Go on.
Okay. Jamila Smith.
According to the Board of Trustees' mission statement, you, the board, will develop and maintain a productive community partnership with individual and collective accountability. It is to this point that I speak to you tonight. I was a 5-day-a-week parent volunteer. I am a PTA board member, former teacher, and a mother with a child in the district. I am a stakeholder. I am here to talk about my child's school, which by your own definition is not the crown jewel of Hercules. I'm here to advocate for the students and parents that attend Lupine Hills. I refuse to allow Lupine Hills to fade into the background of this district. If one and only one elementary school is the crown jewel, then I'm left to wonder what label or term would be placed on my child's elementary school that resides in the same district, city, and neighborhood. Allow me to give you a view of Lupine Hills. Lupine Hills is a garden of potential. However, because of neglect by this board, the seeds planted have begun to blossom into weeds of anger, fear, resentment, and pain. I implore this board to become a visible and tangible stakeholder at Lupine Hills. Come and stroll through Lupine Hills and be accountable, for it is you who are charged with its maintenance. Walk the halls and witness the children choking on the pollen of disappointment. Ask parents who feel neglected by the ivy of dismissive administrative responses if they feel that they are partners. Communicate with teachers, staff, and volunteers that feel they are coated with thorns because they are not valued for their professionalism, opinion, or work. I'm asking each one of you to be individually accountable to not only the crown jewel of Hannah Ranch, but also to the abandoned garden of Lupine Hills. As a board, I'm informing you that if you are not collectively accountable, you will continue to have families that are leaving our school, Lupine Hills, the potential Garden of Eden of Hercules. Thank you.
Scotty Smith.
Good afternoon. I'm here in reference to the article that was in the East Bay Express. I found that article to be very disdaining, and I'm here to request that this board and the superintendent, they should come out with a public statement condemning that type of behavior by a staff member in this district. This is a district where it is over 85% minority students, and to have a staff person who would forward search emails is disgraceful. We expect a certain type of behavior from our students. But when you have staff that would do things like this and send that and say, if the paper is correct, that they don't care if it offends people, is disgraceful, and I think it is incumbent upon you to make a public statement condemning that type of behavior by any staff person in this district.
Mia Woodhouse.
Good evening. Tonight I'm reading a letter from one of the teachers at Lupine Hills Elementary. I'm writing on behalf of the teachers at Lupine Hills. I believe that you need to know what is really happening here. I would have spoken myself, but as with many teachers, I am afraid of retaliation and the added stress it would put upon me. Medically, I have chosen to write this letter instead. There have been several accusations made about the teachers, one being that we're racist, which was stated by one of the parents, and another was that we were told the reason Ms. Taylor was brought in was to get all of the teachers to quit, retire, or transfer to other positions. We're not racist, we're tired of being talked down to, lied to, and just flat out disrespected. It wouldn't matter what her nationality was, it's a respect issue. We are adults and like to be treated as such. I have many examples of how our work has been devalued, but I know there isn't enough time to go through them all. One is when one of her principal friends was with her in a classroom and was impressed by a bi-monthly report a teacher sends out, and Ms. Taylor said, "Oh, that's nothing. You should see what I did." The teacher who was proud of her work felt devalued at the very least. She has frequently kept people waiting while she was late for meetings and even forgot that she was supposed to evaluate a teacher. Missed meetings and evaluations are just a small part of the irresponsibility and disrespect. There was an accusation that was put forth that we just didn't give Ms. Taylor time to adapt. That isn't true. We actually had the first discussion about a vote of no confidence in September, but realized that this was too early and she did need time to adjust. As things got worse, then we had the vote of no confidence. In my opinion, it has nothing to do with the safety of the school.
Carol Robinson.
Good evening, Dr. Harder, President Ramsey, and School Board. I'm representing Vista Schools, and we were thrilled that you listened to us 2 weeks ago when we came out in force. And so I'm here just to say thank you from all of our students. And we have just a few signatures here where we wanted to say thank you for listening to us and letting our schools stay intact for at least a year. We'd like it to be more.
Yeah, you just handed it over. Thank you. Okay.
That concludes public comment.
Okay.